Colleagues, we're joined by Coach Karen Kanyemba of Green Buffaloes Ladies. Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
Just what's your comment after your team's performance today?
I just want to say thank you very much for the 3 points that we got. Though the goals that we scored was not what we're looking for. We had a lot of chances and we failed to make them count, mostly because of the communication and the poor judgment, technical disabilities, and I think the confidence in the girls. They failed to be confident in the final third. That costed us to lose a lot of chances that would have converted into goals.
Colleagues, do you have questions?
Coach.
Bueno muri bwanje.
Coach, congratulations on the win, but then you're still not in the clear as far as qualification is concerned. You needed more goals. To not have been able to bury those chances, especially in the first half. What do you have to say about that?
Indeed, we put ourselves in a situation where we have to decide on our qualification in the last game, which is very tricky, but we pray and hope that we get maximum points out of that game so that we can top the table and try to meet second best place in the other group. We're not going to give away anything, and we're going to talk to the girls so that we try to use the chances that we have wisely and make them count.
Coach, the changes you made to the starting lineup, one would have assumed that Ntopwa would start, having scored in the first game, but coming off the bench, what informed the changes today?
Well, Ntopwa has got a medical condition that she can only play for a certain time, so we really preserve her for a specific time when we can use her to the best of her abilities. That's why we've got enough ammunition that can go and do the dirty work. Then she just comes to add the cream on the cake. So we know when to use her and when not to use her.
Glory, with her first goal of the qualifiers, how important is she going to be, seeing that it looks like she's settling, after the opening game, and the role that she played in you guys becoming champions is showing you guys?
Definitely her role in the team is very positive, and we count on her in attack and in getting goals, and she's settling in very well. Going forward, I know she's going to be an asset to the team. We appreciate her presence.
Any more questions? Yes, please.
Again, congratulations, Coach, on the win.
Thank you.
Were there any lessons or insight that you gained from today's game and that you will carry on moving forward?
The lessons learned are that you need to make it count. Every opportunity that you have has to make it count. Because as it stands right now, they'll be looking at the goals scored and conceded. So we put ourselves at a disadvantage, knowing that we had most of the position and the scoring chances, but we didn't really make them count. So that's the greatest lesson that we've had, and we're going to work on the finishing part a lot, as we already did, but the girls failed to implement. But we know that's our area of concern, and we shall continue working on it.
Coach, congratulations again. Since you joined the first game, did you make any tactical changes for today's match?
We did make tactical changes considering how the first game was played. The first half was a bit low, but we tried to pick up in the second half with the inclusion of the new substitute players. And we thought that starting them would start the game on a very good note and would manage to get goals as early as possible to give chance to the others to come through. But unfortunately, the girls that started this game started on a good note but wasted a lot of opportunities that we had. And hence it made our game a bit difficult. In the last 10 minutes, we had a lot of pressure because our strikers up front were failing even to keep hold of the ball. So they brought a lot of pressure to our defense, which almost destabilized us.
Do we have any last question for the coach? Yes, please.
For the shortcomings that you are explaining right now, how do you plan on addressing them for the next game?
Definitely, it's an area of concern. So we're going to formulate our training program in a way that we tackle the problems that we observed in the game, so that we don't see them again in the next game.
Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you.
Colleagues, now we're joined by Coach James Sangala of Ntopwa FC of Malawi. Coach, you've lost to the defending champions. Just what's your comment after today's match?
Well, it was a very good game of football, well contested by both sides. I have to congratulate Zambia, Green Buffaloes, for winning the match. But at the same time, I want to commend our girls for putting up a very good fight in the game. It was a tough game for them. We knew that it would be a very different game from the first game because Green Buffaloes has got players who have got better technical abilities. So having lost the game, we know that we wanted a win, but still more. There are some positives that we have drawn from the game going into our last game.
Thank you, Coach, for those opening remarks. Do we have questions for the coach?
Coach, hard luck on today's result. Besides the technical ability that you're speaking about, obviously it was newcomers versus the defending champions. What else was different for you and the girls?
Well, there's a big gap. We know also that our girls have got those capabilities, but I think the experience also was a big difference in this game. You could see how the Green Buffalo players were exchanging passes. They were full of confidence. We have the same type of football, but it couldn't just come out because of the same thing that we are talking about. As I said, that I must commend our girls because first half we kind of gave them too much respect. We're giving them, too many balls away. But in the second half, when we told them at halftime that they need to gain back that confidence, the self-confidence, each and every one. So we saw that in the second half, at least the girls changed, and then they could stop the ball, they could play, they could pass to each other. We could go to those strategic positions. So at least we had some hope in the second half that maybe we can salvage something from the game. But it happened. They held to the lead, and then we have lost the game.
Coach, you're still in it with a mathematical shot that it's going to require a lot of goals. Where are they going to come from?
As I say, we have the players that can give us the goals. If you remember the first game, we created so many chances. I know that Double Action are equally a very good team, but we're going to devise a plan that will see us create some chances and, most important, to finish those chances. The way we have finished this game, it gives me hope that at least we're gonna go into the last game with all the confidence and hope that we are going to carry the day.
And even defensively, you haven't looked so bad, you haven't considered just one goal. How do you tighten that up for that final deciding match?
Yeah, our defense has been very, very solid, especially our central defense. The girls have done a very good job. The combination is good, not allowing anything. Of course, we have seen some through balls, but I think it was something to do with our flanks, especially on the left side where we struggled a lot. We had to substitute the little girl. We know that she was struggling because I think this was not her level, but she's a very good player, I must say. But in the last game, we'll see what we're going to do. We're not going to change much of the thing defensively because the defense has done very well, conceded just 2 goals. And then we'll see what we can do about the double action game.
Do we have any more questions?
Coach, you mentioned that the Green Buffaloes, there were some of they've got players who've got great technical abilities. Do you think that maybe being the tournament debutant, playing against the defending champions, that was also part of the match deciding factor today? Maybe that is the way that you lost the match.
Yeah, that's what I believe. Because sometimes it's about nerves. We were carrying some nerves into the game. The girls, you could see in the first half, they weren't themselves. The way I know these girls, on a good day, they can play. But today, in the first half, they couldn't. We saw that in the second half when we talked to them to say, look, you can play this game. And then they started to show us what they are capable of doing. And I know if we had started doing that in the first half, we could have been talking about different things right now.
And since heading into the next game, which will be your final game, mathematically you can still qualify for the next round of the competition. Will we maybe see some changes into your squad heading into the next game?
Obviously, we're going to see some changes. Yeah. As I said, probably defensively, because the levels are changing, but also attacking-wise, I think there are one or two things that we need to change. We changed some of the things during the match. You could see that we tried to rotate the positions amongst the players, the attackers. So we'll make a decision, and based on the analysis that we have for the double action team, we will see, because it's going to be a different ball together, a different ball game altogether. So we'll make sure that we plan around how they play, not according to what we have seen today.